If the world was ending and you had to pick one watch brand to go with, Casio is going to be it. They have watches that would survive nuclear explosions and some that offer a little more class, ranging from $15 well over $5,000 in every budgetary need and every functional need you may need. Casio is there for you. Today we're looking at a classic Casio, more of a retro, in the Casio A168WG in gold. A168 is to me one of the perfect watches. It's not overly done, but it still offers the basic functionality you need at a very, very ultra affordable price. Now, the one I have here is the WG in gold, but it is an offshoot of the Casio A168W-1 in stainless steel, which I think is one of the perfect first watches anybody could ever buy. You could dress it up and dress it down, but I wanted to go slightly classier in yellow gold. Now, my fiance tells me this is gaudy beyond means. However, I think it just adds a little touch of elegance. Now, why is this Casio one of the perfect watches? Now, coming in at 37 millimeters with a thickness of only 10 millimeters, this thing is going to fit on most wrists out there, and it's going to fit in a sweet spot from 36 to 40 millimeters. Now, a lot of wrist sizes are around my wrist, which is 7 1/4. So me being the average size wrist, this thing is going to fit perfectly. It's not overly done. It's more of a sleeper watch on the wrist. And this is something you can either dress up or dress down and easily wear with a suit. The case on this is full resin, but it does have a stainless steel band. Now, the stainless steel band is what you'd expect from all Casio stainless steel brands, and this is going to be something that even the Casio World Time, which is one of my favorite watches that I have here on a Vario strap, the Casio World Time is one of my favorite watches, and it has that classic Casio chinky rolled stainless steel bracelet, but I still think it looks great. The resin case is plated in a high polished gold paint, but I think it looks kind of good. Now let's go over the functionalities of this watch. Now, it does have electroluminescent, so when you hit that light, the entire LED display glows, which is great because everybody knows in some Casios and some Timexes, you have just a tiny LED light coming from the corner, and it's kind of silly. So this does have the electroluminescent, which is great because the entire thing lights up. Now, if you hit the mode button, you can see that it just has a basic time only right up front. You hit the mode button and you go to the alarm function, so you can set an alarm. Then you do it again, you can go to the stopwatch function. Then you go into the time mode where you can go through and change the time. One of the things I do like about this is once you have it on time, if you're military or not military, maybe a first responder who works on military time, you hit that stop start button there near the 4 o'clock position for most analog watches, and you can easily change it from military time, 24-hour, back into 12-hour. And that's basically all the functionality you have of this watch. It's not overly done. Offers 30 meters of water resistance, so it's not the greatest water resistance in the world, but for under $50, right? These Casio watches from the WG to the A168W-1 range from 20 to like 40 bucks. So I think you're getting a lot of watch for that ultra affordable price. Now, on my wrist here, 7 1/4 inch wrist, you can see that the 37 millimeter fits kind of perfectly, like I said. And this watch is light enough to where you almost forget about it. And the adjustment on the strap means you're gonna be able to fit it to your wrist perfectly every single time. It does have that classic cheap Casio clasp, and you have the adjustment that allows you to adjust throughout each individual link to get the perfect sizing for you. This to me would be the ultimate first watch for anybody. Now, I am going to do a list of the best first watches, or if you have a job interview coming up, Any watch today is considered a luxury item. I am going to do a video on what makes a luxury watch. People want to argue back and forth, especially in the comments, that I don't understand what luxury is. I don't have any luxury watches, even though I do have a couple Rolexes, right? And I deal with these ultra affordable watches all the time. Well, what people don't realize is all watches today are considered a luxury item because they're not necessary for you to have. Anything outside of necessity is considered a luxury. So I am going to be doing a list coming up on my top 10 watches for job interviews, for going back to school, for getting into the job market, because people see people who wear watches as actually more reliable because there's just something subconscious about having a watch on the wrist that means that you're going to be more timely than a phone in your pocket. All that being said, I've got a lot of videos coming up in the future. I have a lot of watches here on the desk for review. I actually have a ski, which is a homage to this watch that I will be doing a review in about 2 weeks. So stay tuned for that, because if you can't find the ultra affordable or $40 is way too expensive for you, you can buy almost this exact same watch as an homage, which I think is hilarious, for like $19. So I'm going to compare the both in a future video. Stay tuned for that. Got a lot of stuff coming up in the future. I have my Tissot PRX here on the desk. I will be doing a review on that Tissot PRX automatic coming up in the next few weeks. Then I will be doing a giveaway on that watch at 15,000 subscribers. Make sure you're a subscriber. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next one.